Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into a daily read for Wednesday or thereabout. Let's jump right into a couple of these Green Witch oracles and see where the reading takes us. What is Wednesday all about? Thank you, Spirit. We are beginning with cleansing and productivity. All right, so it's going to be a productive day where they're saying we need to clean out the clutter for a lot. We need to clean out our energy field. We need to make sure our energy is feeling fresh and light and healthy. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a focus in the midst of this being a productive day on self-care, taking care of yourself. Your health is your wealth is a reminder coming through. They're saying look up the spiritual meaning of a pumpkin, while the spiritual meaning of a lemon is as well very relevant and positive. I feel you're going to want to move forward throughout this day and even more so after the fact, along your path with more freshness in your life, thinking about the fresh smell and vibe aspects of a lemon, you know what I mean? Or multiple lemons, and how that's what the Spirit's way of saying, you're going to want to feel a new sense of freshness within your world, not wanting things to be stagnant and stale and even too familiar, you know what I mean? Wanting to keep things, again, fresh. And so this may be a continuation of you being pushed to focus on new beginnings for the future. I'm being drawn to a FedEx van or truck, and it has this very drawn out imagery of a plug. And so Spirit's saying, being drawn to this reading, whether you realize it fully or not, or you remember this at times or not, you're plugged in, all right? You're very spiritually connected, and this is going to be part of this Wednesday period for you. But I do want to say as well, you're feeling quite grounded for the most part. Now, if there are certain factors of the day, the energy period, where you're sensing or just realizing it's caused that grounding energy to be minimalized or removed altogether, I do sense that Spirit could help you in regards to that, by guiding you to do this or that, or maybe shift away from a space or that moment. But I do feel as if, rewinding back, you have utilized certain strategies and re-implemented some that helps you feel that grounded way of being coming back within your energy, all right? And so they're saying, let's not forget that you have the tools, the skill sets, and the experiences to reground and to remain that way to the best of your ability. The King of Wands coming out from the Modern Witch Tarot, because I sense there's a focus on your confidence. There's a focus on your maturity in a very passionate way. It's as if Spirit's saying you're coming through in certain situations in the midst of this productive day where you are being perceived as a very passionate, again, mature and strategic kind of soul. I feel as if there's a product that you may be thinking about purchasing, or pushing the order button online and purchasing it, or it could be in a storefront. But I also sense that somebody's gaining an important amount of money throughout this day, and maybe there's an automatic withdrawal taking place directly after the fact for a bill or a payback or something of the sort. Or maybe you're having to take the action to make sure that that gets paid off soon after the money comes in. That's how I work. I make sure that I pay off the most important bills, right when money comes in, because I know I'm a spender, and sometimes I do forget as to what I signed up for when it comes to automatic withdrawals, you know what I mean? Subscriptions and whatnot. There's a focus on the sign Taurus is what I'm getting, and the sign Aries. You may be thinking about, for some drawn to the reading, how much of a star you are, but as well, what type of signs, which signs do you typically get along with the most? Some of which might be thinking about the sign or two, if not three at most, I feel, that you most ideally would like to end up committing to as far as romance goes in the future. I know for me, typically, the Taurus energy and Libran energy, as well as other Leos, because I'm a Leo sun, if you're new. Typically, I feel I would mesh best with, but I typically have been aligned with Virgo men. And that's just, I don't know, I've dated enough of them for a lifetime. Anyways, but to move on, I'm not sure why I just ended up sharing that, but we have the Tower card in reverse. I feel as if there's a huge focus as well on what is meant to continue, what is not over. In for some, they put it in parentheses, the word yet. Okay, so that may be applicable, right? If it's something that has a temporary time span for you and you know does inevitably, and maybe you even want it to have an ending, to make room in the near future. But for some, it's something that's meant to go the distance, say a relationship, a housing situation, work related, you name it. I do feel as if people are thinking you in a high honor kind of light. As I'm now being drawn to this cute little convertible car driving by, they have the top down, okay? And so they're saying we need you to be feeling a sense of freedom in that sense, the hair blowing in the wind kind of message coming through. Now, they're saying regardless of whether you have hair or not, or enough for that kind of moment. Anyways, I feel like you are just getting things done. You're checking things off your to-do list. You're migrating to where you need to go. You're bouncing around and saying, you know what, I feel like staying busy. Please make sure that's for the right reasons, or the right reason. But I do sense that this productive day feels rewarding. It feels fulfilling. It feels healthy for the most part. You know, it's as if you get things off your chest, off your plate, off your shoulders, even accomplish what you want to or feel is going to leave you again feeling healthier and brighter, fresher, and it leaves you feeling good. You know what I mean? And so Spirit's saying, good, well, there are more days like this ahead, but making sure to remember the balance in it all is truly important. Okay. The Lover's card, you're really going to be pushed to think about in a selective, simplistic manner, the choices you've been making. Now, I want to say not every single choice has been on point because you maybe ignored your intuition for some, rewinding back, or maybe you've been, choosing temptation too many times or just at the wrong times for some. But I do sense that in a larger sense as far as shifts, changes, endings, associating and disassociating, you have been making the right choices. And so let's, in the smaller ways, that do at times have significant bigger impacts, negatively and otherwise, let's tighten up on our choices and make the right ones when it comes to whatever ends up being for you or has been, okay? But there's a sense of vulnerability for a lot as well paying off. I wouldn't be surprised if you're feeling the love from the spiritual realm and from people at a distance and or up close. But they're saying the stars are aligning for you at this time, and it doesn't feel like it 24/7, but I just heard screw that. You don't need to feel and see evidence of it 24/7 for it to take place. They're saying think about religion, even your spirituality for some. Otherwise, it could be in regards to a manifestation. These are great examples of things you don't need to see evidence of 24/7 or in general, or see it in front of you in order to believe, in order to remember, in order to allow for that powerful process and connection as it's intertwined with you in certain ways to benefit you. Does that make sense? To allow for it to create beauty within your world. That stems from, once again, going back, I know that was interestingly a lot, you need to believe and remember that the stars are aligning for you. Okay, things are falling into place. I was getting that from the starry night sky in the background, if you can see. Let's get ready to wrap up this reading by saying, as well, as it is a day where for a lot, again, money is coming in, you're needing to remember you have a rich, very wealthy future ahead, and that includes your includes your health. That includes finances, obviously, but it's just a part of the abundance and prosperity that lies ahead. I do sense that there's materialistic wealth and riches ahead for you as well, okay? And there's a ton of happiness and love and success ahead for you, all right? So with those positive words spit out to end your reading, I, of course, hope this was truly helpful. I am sending you a ton of love and light. Until the next time we meet.